Fred WH, he wants to know, does hot routing hook zones work better than cover 2 sync? Is it all in your head, Fred? I don't know. It's a good question, a fair question. So cover 2 sync, as Wolfman in the chat knows out there, a great play to stop a lot of things. You know, the hook zones, especially on, you know, they drop really deep on PS3 and 360, but on next gen, they'll actually just play better overall. They maybe don't drop as deep, but they'll break a little bit better. So as we go into PS4 right here, we'll see that so basically what he's asking is, so go to a cover 2. So a regular cover 2, guys, obviously you have 2 hook zones, or 2 flat zones on the outside. Those guys are going to press, and potentially they're going to drop or not drop. With cover 2 sync, it's 5 hook zones, 5 yellow zones spread. So what he's saying is, if I call it, it's going to look like that. But if I just call cover 2 and then I manually take those 2 flat zones, you're essentially making your own cover 2 sync. Which one is better? Am I going crazy, or is this really happening?
Right. And what I think is, with the cover 2 sync, I think the DBs have a better chance, what you saw there, to break down the ball, at least from my experience, because they fan out. So what I mean by fan out is, look where the hook brings them. It brings them to the sideline, right?
The hook brings you back, as Blues Traveler says.
There you go. There you go. I like that. So you can see the hooks fan out. Where if I called the cover 2 and then I hot route them in, you can see that now they drop straight back. I don't hate it, but I think in my studies they have a better chance of coming down the ball. He made a play there, but
he was out of position.
He was out of position.
Out of position.
Where if you run that same play, and I think if I'm in the cover 2 sync, I think they have just a better chance of breaking down on the ball.
He got out of position there, though, too.
He did.
I don't know.
He got drawn. I like that. Well, one thing I was going to say, though, is that if you did do the cover 2, as the ball takes forever to reset, if you just did a re-baseline, if you didn't like that, you could just baseline twice.
Which is triangle.
And you're going to get the same thing as the cover 2 sync.
Triangle left on the D-pad, triangle left on the D-pad twice.
Right.
Right on the D-pad twice. And as you see here, this guy drifts back, but generally it's going to spread out the zones better.
Rebalance them on the field. He's actually getting drawn in on that flat.
He's getting drawn by the flat, but it's making me think that it's going to be open, but then he's shooting back to make the play. So
how about that? Try that one again. I don't think he's recognizing the flat, to be honest. No, he does.
I feel like there's a window where I can make the throw.
Oh, that's interesting.
And now you think this would happen on last gen? Should we try it?
What if I cushion? I think on next gen you want to hot route it. You want to call cover 2 and hot route. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
All right, so call cover 2, which is, you know, a regular play, and then put the hook zones in yourself, the yellow zones. Sometimes, though, you don't even want to, because that press can really mess you up. Unless you're calling 4 verticals, unless you have 2 vertical routes against cover 2.
Right.
I don't want to say it's tough to beat. It's super easy to beat if you know it's cover 2.
If you know it's cover 2.
It could not be easier.
Right.
But
if you mix it in.
And with the flats dropping, like we talked about a little bit earlier in the show.
Right.
Not bad.
Right.
Not bad. So
at cushion coverage.
Sometimes, you know, you do things in
cushion coverage is makes them go back, I think. Whereas, like, another thing I like too about the hooks, I would say, is if you have your coverage back, I was thinking that was going to happen. My question is he going to run in now?
And then go back? No, they just drift, but then they're kind of behind
drift.
it.
So let me see if I hot route it. Because if I back them up, you see how the hook, everyone's watching, see how the hooks stay in? But if I were to hot route them, he kind of goes right to the center of it. So is there a difference between the last play and this play?
It's kind of pretty similar.
Similar. They were kind of right there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like there's much of a difference, at least on this next gen. On current gen, I'm going to say always hot route it. Would you recommend it? Always hot route it.
Should we try
Absolutely.
You trust it. You just know it works.
We could try it.
We got that capability.
We have the capability?
That tech. We got that tech right here. All right, we're going to 360.
All right.
To the Batcave.
Let's go.
So we are now on 360 Xbox, and we are going to be in cover 2, and we are going to hot route our bros. And I'm going to throw some curls.
Basically the same play. And
they don't drop back as fast right as the ball's thrown.
Right.
I saw it on the first time I threw it. So what I was seeing on PS4, this is 360, I was seeing that this guy was doing the exact same thing. He was sitting like here, but if I didn't throw it right as he cut, it gave this guy time on the bottom left of the screen here to cut, to run and really get 21, to really get in there.
And he was delayed.
And he was here. He didn't really break at the same time.
Let me do this. Those are stock. That's terrible. That's terrible representation. Let me grab cover 2 sink here. Sink. Okay. Give me that same play. Curl flats. So here's the sink. Okay. Now run it. And so that time he did a better job. So he did a better job there.
Did a better job there.
Now what if I called the sink or called cover 2?
And now we'll hot route the hooks.
Okay. So it's better to not hot route here.
So on next gen, you want to hot route. On Xbox 360 or PS3, do not
do it again.
Hot route. Like I got to throw it right now, whereas like I waited a little bit, and then they drop. But
right. On PS4 they went right away.
Find it a little quicker.
Let me try this. Let me cover 2, hot route on cushion coverage, and pass commit. Go. That's the one. That's why you hot route and then you cushion coverage, because that gets them going.
Okay, so
hot route on the current.
Hot route them on current gen as well, but make sure you use cushion coverage. And to really know more secrets about cushion coverage, guys, what you have to do is check out the winner's kit, which we really break down cushion coverage and go into why it's probably the most important thing on defense in Madden 25. So if you go to MaddenTips.com right now, you can actually get the winner's kit.